different risks that we have for today, June 3rd, 2025. I appreciate y'all joining. Thanks, and welcome to the live. We're going to get a breakdown of some of the storms and the timing. You're looking at a current weather model estimate of the timing. That time up there in the upper left corner is showing the central daylight time. Let's zoom on into some of these areas of concern. Let's go ahead and take a look at the risks here. This is day 3. Let's go to day 1. We've got some risks, as you can see, and the timing on that. So you can see Kansas City area. Few thunderstorms this morning is expected later today. Let me kind of break this down and slow it down a little bit for you. And we'll zoom in a little bit further into Kansas City area. This is a look at estimated radar loop, reflective loop. Kansas City around 4:30. Hey, Faith and Favor, thank you so much. I appreciate it very much. Dallas today. We'll take a look at that here very shortly. Poison and Alt, I appreciate you staying here. So this will look at Kansas City area, 4:30 p.m. Significant wind threat as well as hail. Those are the main concerns that we have today. And as you can see, for the Kansas City metro area, by the time you get down with are done with about 10 o'clock, everything's moved on out of your area. Let's go ahead and go to the tornado risks. So again, we do have that outlined in this green area throughout, all the way up into areas of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The probability for hail is much more discrete, and that is down into areas of Oklahoma. While we're here, we'll go ahead and kind of show the timing. Amy Ann Lease, look at that. Yeah, if you're in Oklahoma area, Ada, 10 o'clock, it's going to be right smack dab in there. And that's going to be some pretty intense storms with some hail, big boy hail, as some of the chasers like to call it. And Dallas area, let's go ahead and show you that. Zoom right in here so you guys can see that real well. Dallas, not really expecting that until sometime after 10 p.m. I'm not going to lie. That looks pretty impressive there at about midnight. So that hail and wind threat will be continuous through there. There's the wind threat. Let me zoom that back out here for 1 second. You get to drive through it at work. Oh, Bolivar, Missouri. Eesh. Yeah, that's no fun. I hope you stay safe. So yeah, that's the wind risk. And when I talk about how's West Branch, Iowa looking, going there to set a wall right now. Let's take a look. Do you have a bigger area, branch? I don't know if it's in the southeast part of Iowa. Will, if you could do me a solid and kind of tell me if it's south of Des Moines or is it east of hey, Gray Wolf, Leah, thank you. Near Iowa City. All right. Let me pull this up here. 1 second. Zoom in here as best as I can, kind of venture around. I tried to add all of the different areas as best as I could, but unfortunately, Iowa City, I'm going to spend my whole time looking for Iowa City, apparently. I see Iowa Falls. I see Mason City. Appreciate the follow. Let me take a look and see if I can find where Iowa City is. It's in the southeast. All right. Oh, it's near Cedar Rapids. Okay. Oh, there it is. I barely could see it. Let me get these settings here a little bit higher. All right, now I can see it a little bit better here. All right, so Iowa City, the timing on that, get that moved out of the way. Around 7:30, you have some storms, but nothing real huge for Iowa City area. Sorry, guys, that I spent so much time on that. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these other areas. Um, Haslett, Texas. What is, do you think this is going to be coming to Kentucky? Let's take a look at day 2. Eventually, it will impact some of your areas of Kentucky for day 2, but it's not going to be as huge. Okay. Day 3, let's a look at day 3. But day 2, as you can see up here north of Louisville, has general thunderstorms as well as this marginal risk that's in the darker shade. That's for day 2. But as far as today, Kentucky, you're okay. It's 8 o'clock and wasn't raining at all, so I don't trust you. I only trust Amanda. Who are you talking about, Will? Hey, Mesomat. These are radar estimates. We can't get everything right. Oh, Bethany, Missouri. In 1 second here. Folks, it's hard to, so Bethany is northeast of Kansas City area. Let's take a look here. All right, so there's Bethany, and the timing on that is showing around 2, 3 p.m. You're going to have some pretty intense storms moving on into Bethany, Missouri area. Hey, Jill and Slinky, welcome back. Areas of Wisconsin, let's go ahead and take a look at that. Stoughton, Wisconsin, kind of general area here. Right now, this is expected to be your marginal risk area for areas of Wisconsin. The timing of that looks like about 1:30 in the afternoon, 2 o'clock. from Michigan, will any of this hit me tomorrow? Michigan, your risk for tomorrow is showing you right now have a marginal risk, but stay weather aware definitely because things could change. You could end up with a slight risk in that area of Michigan. Again, that's day two. There's day one here. Let's bring this back out here to the default view. Haslett, Texas. Sorry, I'm trying to get everybody as best as I can. That is north of Fort Worth. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Sorry, the main thing that I need to have from you guys is some major cities to kind of figure out where exactly it is. With this new WSV3 that I use, that's one thing that I don't like is I can't zoom in and search for a specific area. All right, somewhere here is Haslett. So it looks like the timing of that, more of the significant severe weather is expected later in the afternoon, sometime around, jeez, goodness gracious. Let's pull this back out here and see if we can find that a little bit better. That would be somewhere around noontime, some pop-up showers and thunderstorms there. But then a second round comes through later in the day, somewhere around 10:30 p.m. That'd be for Haslett area. Kentucky, you don't have any severe weather expected today, so you're okay. Again, this is a radar estimate that we're looking at here. Your overall risks, as you can see, slight risks there. Peoria, Illinois area, I'm assuming. All right, you can kind of see Peoria. It looks like some of the intense storms show up around 9:30 p.m. your time. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Again, I appreciate you guys' patience. I am trying to get through and maneuver through this new software, so appreciate it. So it looks like there's a few scattered non-severe storms over in Tulsa around 5 p.m., but as it goes through the later evening hours, we do expect those to build a line of storms that are much more intense later after 6 p.m., as you can see there. This is a look at around 9:40, 10 o'clock, pretty intense. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. What is Joanna about? Yeah, thank you. All right, Omaha, Nebraska. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Zoom back out here. Omaha, Nebraska, you're in general thunderstorms. We're not expecting anything huge. This is day two. This is day three. Not expecting anything real huge for your area today or over the next few days. So you're good. Eastern Iowa, Cedar Rapids area. Here's a estimate. Burlington area, there is the slight risk for severe weather. As you can see, there is eastern Iowa in all its glory. Not really expecting anything real huge until really, really late at night, and that could be that wind threat. Let's take a look at that wind threat again. It's ever so slight. A lot of it, I do believe, uh, they're likely going to have this area around Columbia and Quincy. They'll probably move around the 11:30 a.m. update when SPC updates that. I would suspect that they're probably going to have this yellow shaded area that is a higher risk of wind or of hail, probably move farther up. Let's take a look at that wind here. And there's that wind threat. That's all up here, Columbia, Missouri area. Yes, I am checking Missouri right now. Please, unknown, do not spam in here. Appreciate it. All right, let's see if we've got anything else here. 1 second. Somebody asked for, I think I got all of Texas covered here. Let's go ahead and zoom back out to Texas here. Again, these are radar estimates, so estimate means that just that. It's an estimate. We can't guarantee. And I don't have my mods in here, so I'll probably have to cut the live short. I don't know how to stop these folks from spamming. Yeah, I'll probably have to end up. Ooh, Buffy's asking for areas of Tulsa, Oklahoma, Delton, Florida, Tennessee. Tennessee, you're okay. Not expecting anything significant in Tennessee over the next couple of days. Day 3, there might be some changes to that, but not so bad. Argenta, Illinois in the path. Not sure where Argenta, Illinois. Can you give me kind of a more specific area? Can you do Miradosia? It's by Springfield, Illinois. Yeah, I could do that. Springfield, Illinois. All right, so it looks like Springfield, Illinois area, you're going to end up with more of your severe weather overnight hours, unfortunately. If we look at day 2, it shows general thunderstorms, but I do believe that those storms are going to uh, be pretty intense after midnight for Springfield, Illinois area. What is okay? We're good. What is about? I appreciate your help, but like Bree Bree said, I'm okay. Don't be scared, pink-haired freak. Don't be scared. Just stay weather aware. St. Louis area, Champaign, Illinois area. Hopefully, St. Louis looks like it's going to be a little tough to see that. So I'm going to go over to uh, different weather model here real quick. I got to clear this out here, so 1 second. So I definitely appreciate the help, but um, we'll definitely have to figure out how to get some more mods on here. We have to do we have to vet these the mods that we have because goodness, somebody wants to know about Ohio. I understand that completely. Ohio is for day 2. We'll go through that tomorrow. We're just trying to get some of these other areas covered here real quick. Day 2, Ohio area would be a possibility of some storms sometime tomorrow afternoon. Not expecting it to be as nearly as significant. As you can see, it's outlined in a marginal risk right now. And they do not have a tornado probability in areas of Ohio for tomorrow right now. So, all right, this is radar estimate. Mitchell, Indiana. All right, major cities is what I need at this point. If you guys could help me out. Yeah, mud god, it's raining. Yep, well, that's good. Kansas City area. Did go through that earlier. But again, the timing of the severe weather is expected late in the day. We're looking at HRRR 48-hour models, so it's a little trickier. These again are the risks that were expected today. Slight risk is in the yellow, marginal risk in the dark shade of green, as well as the lighter shade of green, that's general thunderstorms. You'll be flying in to St. Louis around 5 p.m. Well, let's take a look at that. Jeremy, 867, I apologize. Mitchell, Indiana. I don't know exactly where that area is. All right, I'm going to try and load this one more time here. Thanks, Keith F852 for the follow. I appreciate it. Austin, Texas forecast. Let me just kind of show you where this is the overall risks for your area. Austin, you are in a, I've got it down in my lower left there. This is the risks for severe wind. And then this is a tornado outlook. So you don't have in Austin, Texas, you're good. You don't have any risk for the tornado activity. The severe wind risk, and then there's the hail risk. It looks like you're going to be outside of that as well. So that's great for you. Here's the risks for Oklahoma. For this is severe wind. I'm showing that today's overall risks. Severe wind is right there. Ada, Oklahoma City. Your tornado risk for areas of Oklahoma comes across the whole area of Oklahoma. And then this is the general categorical outlook for Oklahoma area. As you can see, you're in a 2 out of 5. Kansas area, Emporia, Chanute, Wichita, Coffeyville, you guys are in a 15 to 29% risk for the severe hail, and then the wind threat there as well. And then the tornado risk is Wichita, Emporia. That's a 2% risk. Your overall outlook. And then this is areas for severe hail for today. It's a 5 to 14, so not as huge as some of the areas over uh, just west of Joplin. And then the severe wind risk, again, that is pretty much covering central and northeast and southwest Missouri. There's the tornado risk as well, and then the overall risk for areas of Missouri. All right, hopefully I covered everybody as much as I possibly can here. Arkansas. Arkansas, you guys don't have any severe weather expected in your area today. It's going to be very, I mean, unless you're in the area that's northwest, extreme northwest, like Fayetteville, Arkansas area, that could end up being real late storms firing up after 10 p.m., as you can see right there. We'll zoom right in so you can see Arkansas area right there. Florida. Florida, you want me to go to Florida? I could certainly go to Florida. I know you guys have got plenty of moisture going on. So you guys are in a general thunderstorms outlook today. So lots and lots of rain, but as far as severe weather goes, not expected to be severe today. Dallas, Texas area. Again, the timing for Dallas, Texas, we're expecting those storms to fire up super late. Not gonna lie, it's a lot later than I expected. Dallas, Texas, sometime after 6 p.m. is what we're expecting. Did are you referring to California? Corona, California? Northeast Arkansas, we're able to go out a little ways, but I'll have another update here tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Unfortunately, northeast part of Arkansas, I'm not able to go out that far with this particular weather model. I could certainly switch things and go to another weather model, but right now I'd rather deal with the short term. Nashville, Tennessee, not expecting anything huge over the next 24 to 48 hours. In Kentucky, same thing, not expecting anything real significant over the next 24 hours at least. Kansas City, you guys are expecting some pretty intense storms to be happening. Kansas City area, a couple of different waves. Let's go to a live radar and see what you guys got going on here. 1 second. You guys don't have anything significant going on right now. Um, you have some storms over in the Kansas City, just southwest of Kansas City area. Sorry, I'm not showing that right now, but uh, nothing real huge expected until, again, later on in the day. 1 o'clock, a few possibilities of some storms firing up more intense. And then even more intense as you get into the later day and a lot of rain in Kansas City area. You're welcome. What about, is that Ballot, Oklahoma area? Alani Kindalon. I'm sorry, I'm not able to. Are you talking about Ada, Oklahoma area or oh, Paul's Valley? Okay, Paul's Valley. You guys are in a flood watch right now, and rightfully so. You guys are expecting a lot of rain for your area. Let's take a look here 1 second. I'm doing a search on a different area or a different map here, and I'm sorry I'm not able to show that real quick, but all right, so that's south of Norman, Oklahoma area. Now it's showing up. All right, so Paul's Valley area, expect some storms to show up around 5:30. Pretty intense storms after 5 p.m. Dallas Fort Worth area, your guys' storms, we're expecting those again, a couple of different time frames for some of those storms to fire up. 7 p.m. north of Dallas, and then 10:30. That's when things really get ramped up over in Dallas. There could be some things that are playing into this, and that's called capping, where the atmosphere might be a little too much warm air aloft, and so those temperatures sometimes they need to get a little bit lower depending on what the dew point levels are. Let's take a look at some of the current dew points here. There are so many tools within this new software that I'm utilizing that it literally can get a little bit overwhelming here. All right, so currently we do have dew points in the 70s, and your temperatures, they're about the same. So I'm really quite surprised. 80, it looks like 79 near the Fort Worth and Dallas areas. And your wind, let's take a look at the heat indexes. All right, let's go ahead and see if we have anything else going on in the chat here. 1 second. Somebody was asking about Pittsburgh, Kansas. Bree, I apologize. Did not see that right away. There's Pittsburgh, Kansas area. So it looks like the timing is after 6 p.m. for that area. Pretty intense storms. The main risk there too is, let me bring up the probability. We have that tornado risk all up and down Kansas, areas of Missouri, all the way up northward into Milwaukee, Wisconsin area. But I really truly believe most of the tornado risk is going to be isolated more down here into southwest or southeast part of Kansas, unfortunately, and obviously areas of Oklahoma. Thanks for the follows. I appreciate it. If you're hi Haley. So if you're just joining us, please be sure to do a solid and give me a follow. I don't know, something must have changed with the algorithm. Usually I could gain a ton of followers in a live, but I have been slowing down the traction quite a bit. So I appreciate the follows if you guys could. I think a lot of folks are starting to see some of the slowdown of the follows. All right, looking at Chicago area, you guys are outside of that tornado risk, thankfully. You're in the marginal risk for severe weather. And again, I don't see anything that suggests that it's going to be real huge in the Chicago area. And if it does, it's going to end up being more so for tomorrow. Let's take a look at day two. They have a general thunderstorms for there. So just stay weather aware overnight in Chicago area is what I would recommend. Thanks for the follows, people. I appreciate it. Hey, what will this do for the smoke from Canada we have here now in Wisconsin? That's a great question, um, because we definitely have seen a ton of smoke here in South Dakota area as well. And I know they've had some major air quality alerts for areas of Minnesota. Um, the problem with that is, let me just I'm trying not to get too involved with the smoke thing because it is very difficult for me to figure out exactly what's going to happen with regards to that. Now, obviously, if the winds shift and they come more out of the north, once those winds shift and they come out of the north, you're going to end up having more of that risk because um, versus the south. So, thanks, the Rogue Hippie. I appreciate it. I certainly wish that the the rain could get up there and help them out, that's for sure. I'm gonna take a look and see if I have anything with regards to fires on here. Ooh, does anybody want to hear about any forecast models for hurricanes? Let me shut these weather models off here. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the forecast models for your coastal North Carolina. Hang on. Appreciate it, Courtney. Appreciate you being here. Sorry, there are literally so many different options with this software. It can get to the point of a little bit overwhelming. Official forecast, cone, forecast models. Ooh, I want to go to 5-day formation outlook. Let's see what we got. All right, here we go. Let's zoom on in and take a peek at the formation. Yeah, I would not be looking forward if you're in North Carolina. I would not be looking forward to that either. There is a possibility of some formation happening here. Again, just trying to figure out some of this information here. And 1 second, so I don't know if that's a low chance. Let me go to the National Hurricane Center. It'd be easier. Easier for me to figure out where that is. Okay. So the yellow, that ends up being 10% risk. So while this may look pretty intense, it actually is very low. So that's good news. That's good news. So over the next 5 days, not really expecting a whole lot. I mean, there's going to be some type of disturbance there. Now we do have this area here, but that's not going to be impacting the U.S. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. I appreciate y'all following and being here. I'll have another weather update here tomorrow. I won't be able to. Oh, what's going to be happening in Illinois? You guys in Illinois, depending on what area you're in, just west of Peoria, you're in a slight risk for severe weather today. You also do have that tornado risk for today. Just Peoria, Rockford. Okay, timing. I'll do one more solid here since we had some people that just joined. Let's go ahead and show radar loop estimate here. Bugging out a little bit here. 1 second. Okay, so there's the risk for tornado activity. Now, if you're in eastern part of Illinois, stay weather aware because day 2, you do still have overnight in eastern part of Illinois. Stay weather aware. St. Louis does have a risk for today. That is a marginal risk. So just stay weather aware late in the day. We're talking after 10 p.m. And Michigan area, you got to stay weather aware tomorrow. Your marginal risk there. They will update that. Likely some areas expecting to be in the slight risk in Michigan. Not gonna lie. The probability for tornado risk for tomorrow, I don't see anything that's in there. Yeah, right as of right now, there's less than 2% chance of tornadoes for tomorrow, which is great. Now, that does change quite a bit for areas of central Oklahoma again for day 3. This is a look at day 3. Central Oklahoma is going to be under the gun again. And you will likely have numerous tornadoes in some area of this yellow zone for day 3. Day 3 ends up being Thursday the 5th, so just be mindful of that. Southwest Missouri, so the timing on Southwest Missouri looks like around any time after, I'm going to say any time after 6 p.m. because we do have a few rogue cells that are kind of trying to pop up here near Springfield, Missouri area, that whole Joplin area. So I'd be safe to say after 6 p.m., stay weather aware. 6 p.m. to midnight is really where it's going to be pretty significant. Southern Illinois. All right, so the timing for Southern Illinois, that is going to be super late. And let me switch over to a day 2. You guys are in a marginal risk for Southern Illinois for tomorrow. So most of these storms overnight, if they can hold together, and early tomorrow morning for Southern Illinois, you would want to stay weather aware. What are we thinking for Arkansas today? Well, if you're in Northwest Arkansas, that would be a concern, and that would be super late. Again, that's going to be after 9 p.m. I don't suspect that you guys are going to have anything other than uh, some 60 to 70-mile-an-hour winds. That's not bad. That's not good. But as far as the tornado risk, I don't suspect anywhere in Arkansas is going to have a tornado risk today. There is that small area way up northwest here, northwest by Rogers and Gentry area that's in that 2% risk. Uh, central timing. Okay. So around that Little Rock area, I got you. Well, I can't go out that far with this model, so I could try to give you as best as I possibly can with another weather model. Let's go to the NAM. Actually, let's go to HRRR 48 hour. 1 second. That's a bad thing about this weather model, this system that I'm using. It's a little tricky to get everything going. Anything for Wichita? Yes, I'll show you that here very shortly. Wichita area is expected to have some pretty impactful weather later this afternoon into the late night hours. All right, looks like it's loaded everything. Now, the HRRR is having a very difficult time showing anything for central Arkansas over the next 40 hours. So, as you can see that right there, really not expecting a whole lot. So, hopefully, you can dry out. Today's overall risk, let me pull that back up here. All right, let me get these temps off here. That might help a little bit. Gosh, trying to find all there's literally so many tabs up here. Feel like I need a learner's model to just deal with all these different options here. There we go. All right. Overall risk. Again, slight risk is in, or the 2 out of 5 is all up in this yellow. The marginal risk is the dark shade green, all up into Green Bay, Wisconsin area, and portions of extreme northwestern part of Michigan. All right, and then the other risks that we do have for today is this is the tornado risk. This is the probability for hail. There's that 15% area that is over by Wichita area, down to Oklahoma City, Wichita Falls, Abilene, Brownwood, Texas. And the probability for wind is much larger area. And if I show these weather models, you can really end up seeing it quite a bit here. Timing around that, 5 o'clock, somewhere around 5 p.m. Pretty intense storms right there. A lot of rain, a lot of moisture expected with this. Let's take a look at, see if I have any other chats going on here. Will West Central Illinois get bad stuff in the marginal risk for me? Um, it doesn't look that intense on here. It looks like it's mainly going to be Rain, some marginal hail, and some slight wind, but not anything real huge. I think most of the intense stuff is going to be down isolated to areas of Missouri and then down here into areas of Texas, Oklahoma border. That's my thought. Because the timing of this is going to be so late in the evening that some of that energy is going to be gone. Oh, you're not coming off road. Sedgwick County, Kansas. Fort Worth, Texas. So, Fort Worth, Texas, storms arriving super late, sometime after 8 p.m. on this latest weather model update. All right, Sedgwick County, Kansas. I apologize. Let me pull up, see if I can find where that is at. Here, 1 second. Oh, that's near the Wichita area. Okay. Right now, you have some storms that are showing up there, but they're non-severe right now in Sedgwick County area. Again, these are radar estimates, so just be mindful of that. Looks like most of that is going to be pretty intense afternoon hours after 12 o'clock. Pretty intense storms for Wichita area. All right, guys, I do have to let you go. I appreciate y'all being here. I'm not able to cover all of the areas. Rosie, right. Yes, there could be tornadoes today in Ardmore. Ardmore area, I'm assuming that is Oklahoma. The reason why I say that there could be is you're in that 2% risk. Anyone that's in this risk for the green shaded area, they have that risk for tornadoes. And anybody in Oklahoma area, in my opinion, that is in that green zone, I do believe that you're going to have much more of a risk for that possibility of tornadoes versus further northward. Chicago area, you guys are not expected to have anything real intense until super late in the overnight hours. Um, and again, that isn't even that significant. It's a marginal risk today. Again, 11:30 a.m. the Storm Prediction Center goes through another update. I won't have an update on that. I'll try to post something while I'm at work with regards to the images of what the SPC outlook is. Otherwise, you could go to a great resource is spc.noaa.gov. Again, spc.noaa.gov. If you go to that website, it will give you day one convective outlook, day two, day three, day four, day 4 through 8. It'll give you all of that information. So part of what I do is I try to give you as much information as I can with some of the tools that I have, but I also want to make sure that you guys are um, learning as well. So tornado risk for Wichita, yes. Yes, there is a tornado risk for Wichita area, and that is right here. We have that green. You're in that green zone. Let me clear out the weather models here. So this is the tornado risk. Let me show it a little bit clearer on here. There's the tornado risk for areas of Kansas. And there's the wind risk. There's the hail risk. I've got that in the lower left there. And then this is Oklahoma. There's the risk for tornadoes in Oklahoma area as well. This is a 2% risk. I don't like putting percentages on it because people have a tendency to think, okay, 2%, oh, that's not going to hit us. I have seen tornadoes hit areas that don't even have a percentage. So I get a little leery on putting a percentage, but this is a 2% risk of tornado activity. I do suspect that they're probably going to update some areas of Oklahoma to a 5%. That's just my thought. But thanks. All right, you guys have, I can type that into the chat here. I think I can. Hang on one second here. Let me reference the website. I have not figured how to pin comments, unfortunately, so I apologize. So I did put in there in the chat www.s as in Sam, P as in Patrick, C as in cat .noaa.gov. When will a tornado possibly happen in Wichita? I can't say specifically. Your risk, in my opinion, is going to be anytime after 1 p.m., but let's go ahead and take a quick peek at another resource that I like to utilize here. Weather.gov, okay? If you go to weather.gov and you click on your specific area, they even have this. Okay, round 1 this morning, severe threat and flooding threat is generally low. Okay, and then round 2 this afternoon and evening, widespread 1 to 3 inches of, make sure I'm looking at the right area here. 1 to 3 inches. This is for areas of Missouri with locally higher amounts possible. Flood watch is in effect for Atchison County, Missouri. And again, they give you all this information. This is a great tool to use. You can go to weather.gov and literally click on any of the maps. You got all of this, and you can click on these maps to figure out, okay, what's going to be possible. So here's for Kansas. Key messages that they have. Greatest risk across east central Kansas, south of the Kansas Turnpike, mainly noon to 6 p.m. Tuesday, though a few storms Tuesday morning could produce some small or gusty winds. Considerations, weaker storms will be ongoing Tuesday morning. And again, this is all the timing. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. God bless, stay safe, and I will be back tomorrow for another live.